when you're crossing a train track, stay in a gear that you can cross without having to switch gears. That way you don't have to worry about missing a gear as you're crossing and cause yourself to stall out or get stuck on the train track before a train comes. We're back.
What's good with it, y'all? We is back, okay? With another episode, another segment, another discussion, another topic of the do's and don'ts. Truckers Edition. And y'all already know who on the scene, none other than the boy Jay.
And your girl, Miss V.
Hey! So, what we jumping into today?
The do's and don'ts of crossing train tracks.
Ooh, that's a good one. So come and talk to me on how to properly cross the train track without getting ran over. So tap in. Let's jump right on into these do's. You know, what do we need to do to be, y'all know how we are. We big on safety. This whole thing wraps around being safe when you're out there on the road. So to be safe, take the proper precautions and measurements, right? What do we need to do, Jay? Come on, you're a veteran. Help us out.
When you're approaching the train track, you should stay 50 feet, no more than 15 feet away from the line. And when you're approaching the train track, you should look both ways.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I just thought about this song. Because, you know, when we was growing up, they had that song. I think it was on Born when it said, well, when I walk across the street, or when I walk across the street, he said, I always stop, look, and listen. So those are the same principles that apply to this right here. When we get to that part of the line and we 50 feet, don't push it. Don't be out here talking about I'm pushing it. Don't push up to the 15. Just stay safe and stay the 50 feet back, okay? And stop.
Stop and give you 50 feet.
Give me 50 feet. Period, okay? That's what the train track said. Give me 50 feet, okay? But no, seriously though. You gotta roll them windows down because the school buses, they stop.
Right.
They open up the door and they look left, right, you know.
They
and
also
then,
hazard light.
yeah, and run it again. Look again, you know. It's better safe than sorry, right? So you want to stop 50 feet back and you want to look.
And listen.
And turn that music down. Don't turn the bass up at that time. Turn the beat down, okay?
That's
turn the beat down. Yeah, because you know when you turn that beat down, you can see. I don't even think it worked for the hearing. I think it worked for seeing. But, you know, turn it down so you can see better, you know? And then, you know, last but certainly not least, you want to make sure, and we say this all the time, pay attention to your surroundings.
Right. You
want to be alert. And that goes back to the episode a few weeks ago when we talked about how far in advance your, attention needs to be down the road. So 10 seconds down the road. So if you really, being alert, it will, help you take the necessary precautions if you're needing to slow down when approaching that train track.
Right. So
because
that way you already know ahead of time what you're dealing with.
What you're dealing with. Because the last thing you want to do is what? Get stuck on the train track.
Right. Or hit somebody.
Somebody hit you. Or the train hit you. Right. So that can play out so many different ways. Listen, speaking of playing out, okay? We got a video that we're going to put on the screen that we want y'all to watch real quick. It's a real quick clip of what happens when you don't. Because y'all already know we're going to give you the good, the bad,
and the ugly
of this topic, okay? So what happens when you don't take these necessary precautions when crossing the train track? Here's the video.
And I see the sunshine. I don't know where. I'm looking for the fruit, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling. All down the line I saw.
Oh my God, he is going to get hit. How are you not just going?
Today, after watching that video, I got a lot of questions, concerns, and comments, okay? But first of all, let's talk about these don'ts real quick. What are some don'ts?
Some of the don'ts is you don't want to cross the railroad tracks with the guards down. You don't want to cross the railroad tracks going too fast because your load can shift. You don't want to cross the railroad tracks if you hear the train coming first, though.
Yeah, don't try to race the
beat it,
train.
right.
Yeah, definitely. And then don't stop on the tracks. And then, you said something about the lowered gates. Don't do that because that's not only illegal, but that's a deadly position that you're putting yourself into.
Right.
So, come on.
Just have a little patience.
A little bit. A little bit of patience will take you a long way.
And it can save your life or somebody else's. So.
Most definitely. Definitely. So, wait a minute though, because there are a few reasons that you shouldn't stop, right?
Right.
So let's elaborate just a little bit on that.
Abandoned rail yard, a graded or level railroad track crossing.
Right. And then the highway controlled crossing as well. You don't have to stop, but in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you could take it or leave it, but practice makes perfect.
That's what I do. When I go to a lot of these plants and stuff, even though trains not coming through there all the time, I still always, just as a habit and just to keep myself in the practice of it, to look and just, be aware.
Right, because forget about who honking their horn behind you, because at the end of the day, they gonna thank you when it's a reality and they could have and it should have and whatever else could have happened. So just take the necessary precautions.
Not only that, some of those railroad tracks are not smooth. So when you're going across them, they can bounce you around pretty good and shift your load. Rushing across it ain't gonna hurt you. A few extra minutes
will save you a trip to the ER, DOT coming out, a trip from either your family or somebody else's family going to the funeral home, okay? A trip from your bank, from you having to go to the bank.
Or losing your business.
Or the biggest thing, of course, besides losing
because it's going
the
to be
life.
costly situation if that happens. You get hit by a train and all the stuff that come along with the DOT. And So.
Then, of course, that goes on your DAC as a CDL holder. That is bad. And that may not be something you can get off that easily.
And then they're going to want to come out and drug test you.
Oh, yeah. You're going to go through all of that.
It's just a chain of events going to happen behind the whole situation. So.
They say it's a chain of reactions. Chain reaction. A whole bunch of stuff that's going to follow that. But now, we got to talk about this video. We have to because, of course, we're not trying to bash anybody. That's not what we're here for. We are here to learn.
And give out a little knowledge at the same time.
Exactly. We want to learn from others' mistakes so we don't make those same mistakes, right? So, in your opinion, I got a couple of questions. So I'm interviewing you, sir. You live with the girl, Ms. V. Go ahead. No. But seriously, I have a few questions for you, Jay. Because looking at that video, now I'm not a CDL holder yet. Okay, but
coming soon.
Coming very soon. Okay, I do got my toy card though. I got that part. Okay, I can get in these plants and the ports and all that good stuff. But cause I'm not the dispatcher that just sits behind the desk. I'm out there on them good streets. But from your opinion, okay, because that's all it is our opinion, of course, but reality is reality. We all saw the video. We saw what transpired. Do you think A, B, or C? A being he was a rookie driver. or she, or the driver, let's just say the driver.
Yeah, I'll say I'll just
The driver. The driver was a rookie driver. And when I say rookie, I'm going to say 3 years, maybe even 5 at this point. 3 to 5 years or less, okay? Or were they kind of like, so we're going to do it like school, okay? Was they in elementary where they was 5th grade or lower? Or were they in middle school where they were in 6th grade to 8th grade, or were they in high school, which is more on the level of a veteran in my eyes. When you do anything any more than 10 years or more, really to me starts putting you in veteran status. But was
you
they
should know better by then.
Right, by that time you done picked up the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? But in your opinion, what stage would you say that if you were just looking at the video, you're not knowing the driver because we don't know that driver, but what stage would they be? A rookie, a middle schooler, or a high schooler at that point?
My personal opinion, I feel that was a rookie because that was a rookie mistake.
Definitely, I would say was a rookie mistake because there was a couple of things that you would notice looking at that video, right?
Right.
First thing is he was too focused on, or the driver, sorry, I don't know why I want to keep saying he, because there's some bad women drivers out there, okay? Shout out to the women truckers.
Yes, they are.
Whoop, whoop. But would you say that the driver was too focused on the vehicle that was in front of them?
Yeah, I would say he was focused on the vehicle in front of him. And also by me being a driver, maybe he didn't feel like he could make the turn because of the poles that was right there.
He lacked confidence.
Right.
He definitely lacked the confidence in himself. And I'm just going to be honest. I've been in the truck many times. And there's been some times where I've been like, you sure that's how that's supposed to go? Why you so close? Why this? Why that? But he's confident in what he's doing. It's like the songwriter say, when you out there, sometimes you got to encourage yourself. You got to speak to yourself like, you got this, girl. You got this. Hey, you better back this truck up. You better swing it.
Your abilities.
Exactly. But, I mean, having a CDL, being a professional CDL holder, there's going to be some times where you're going to have to be confident. And if he would have been...
a lot of challenges.
Definitely.
That people don't think that we have, but you go to some of these places, plants and stuff like that, it's very tight. You gotta know how to make those turns.
Man, I remember that one load we did where it went this way and you were bagging up and going this way. And I'm like, are you sure we finna be able to get out of here? You like, yeah, all I gotta do is swing out this way. And I'm like, we ain't finna get out of here, Lord. Lord, please let us get out of here. Lord, please let us get out of here. But everything he said, we got on up out of there. And I was like, ooh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. My husband know what he doing, God. Because, that'd have been me. I'd have been like,
Just years of experience, and I've been in some very trying situations. So, I ended up with more confidence as the more I do.
Exactly.
With anything, the more you do it, the better you become.
Definitely. Most definitely. So, yeah. And so, what would you have done differently? Because as I'm watching the video, I see that his tandems where he could have, so what would you have done?
First off, I probably wouldn't have crossed the railroad tracks. I would have just waited.
Definitely shouldn't have been. He should have stayed at 50 feet until that train passed over. But in that situation, because now we don't know if
I would have made the turn. I would have had enough confidence in myself to make the turn, swing out to make the turn.
Yeah.
You know?
Because my first thing was, well, why didn't he back up? Well, of course he can't back up because he can't see what's behind him.
Yeah.
So
if you get a car behind you, you're going to be at fault.
Worse. Yeah, that's even worse too. So, but I ain't gonna lie. My biggest thing was, why didn't that truck, that SUV, move out that trucker's way? And then it didn't even move until the train was in sight. Then you want to move. Like, come on.
We run into that all the time.
But I was just going to say, y'all have some common courtesy for these 18-wheeler drivers. Stop looking at the dollar sign because you see an 18-wheeler. Stop looking at, they always think they're going to take over the road. Stop being like that, y'all. Let's start having, since getting into the trucking industry, even as a dispatcher, I have gained a lot of more respect for those that, definitely a lot of more knowledge. Baby girl has gained a lot of more. Thank God for that one. But Seriously, y'all, let's have a lot more courtesy. Slow down when y'all see them getting over. You know, when they coming on the freeway, get over. You know, it be the little small things that can make a difference and that can save your life and the life of somebody
We trying to do our job and do it safely. We don't go out there saying, "Oh, we just gonna see who we gonna run over today." we trying to get a product,
I hope not.
right? We're trying to get a product to the shipper so it can get on the shelves or wherever it needs to be,
Exactly,
so the
exactly.
consumer can be able to buy it.
Because at the end of the day, without them, we wouldn't have the toilet paper, the
Right.
dresses, the shoes, the clothes, the bundles, the earrings, the lashes, all that good stuff. So y'all, let's be more courteous to our 18-wheeler driver.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in,
With your boy Jay,
and your girl Miss V.
for all the discussions and topics of the do's and don'ts Truckers Edition. Y'all be sure to tune in next week.
So y'all know what we're gonna be talking about.
See you next week.